Hello guys and welcome to episode 10 of jCraft. In the last episode we built this. And it's time to finish it. I've got a lot of materials in my inventory and we're going to get ready to start building up some of the sorters for this and then get ready for the ice tracks and some of the finishing touches and just finally put this whole thing together so we can start trading off all the gold that I've accumulated so we can start making all the items we need for other projects. We're ready to spawn. And I'm using these lodestone compasses really efficiently. They're super easy to get back to where I need to go. I'm having a great time using these to get to and from base. I'm no longer getting lost, passing my portal, not having a real sense of direction, but we've got some things we've got to grab, so we need to go to the trading hall. We need some name tags. I need to go back to base and grab some materials for the next part of this. And then we have the final touches to this bartering hall getting finished in this episode. It's no surprise to me that Jay would sit here and farm up just a bunch of emeralds, and I don't think we have any lights on yet, but wow. I thought he stocked this, but I didn't know it was this full. This is amazing. I've never seen this many emeralds in my life. This is fantastic. Alright, so we've got our name tags, and this is not that bad, but I used 2.5 stacks of blocks of emeralds. I think next time I'm going to cure them. That was kind of expensive. I don't want to go through emeralds that fast ever again. So now we've got our name tags and we've got some glass. We've got all the materials we need to start this project. This lava kill block is actually really kind of cute. And Jay is currently AFK at the raid farm. And this is just a lovely noise to hear. Oh yeah. I love it. All we gotta do now is just scale way up into the top of this. I'm looking at this and I'm going to probably take this to about 180, and that should be plenty of distance between me and all the spawnable spaces that might be below the bedrock here. I'm hoping. That's about 60 blocks, and I would be AFKing 84 blocks above that. So 10 more blocks here. That's good. Alright, it's time to create a platform on top of this. So let's break that. I think a 15 by 15 should be good. Right, and then one more. Alright, and... Alright, now we're just going to fill this in, gas-proof it, and then get this small little mechanic in here. This is how we're going to capture our piglins. As we can see, we just got a few of these guys in here. System's pretty simple when it comes to getting piglins in here, so once the platform spawns a few mobs, it can mostly be pigmen, and we could wait a long time, but I just got up here and this thing started working immediately, so I missed all the action. But as you can see, there are a bunch of piglins over here in this cell. So let's get down there and let's sort them out. And let's see what we've got. I'm only doing a test run right now, so I just want to make sure I can pick the ones I want and sort the rest out. So there should be a little platform for me to jump down to, which is right here. Alright, so here's all the piglins that we've got right here. Got some torches and some glass, so let's I'll probably die from this fall. We got one in the cart. Okay, that's good. We've got too many of them in the way, though. That's okay. Hoping this system's not too hard to get working. Once we get enough of them in the carts, this should just be really, really easy. Let's make them a little less scared. Are you holding a sword? If they hold a sword, they're no good to me anyway. And there they go! Goodbye, guys. Okay, so they all do die upon landing down there. That's sad, but that's okay. So now we've got some glass left in our inventory, and all we're going to do from here is just create a platform. Alright, we've got our little capturing cage here. And they shouldn't take too much damage from this. We should be able to collect a few of them. And once they're in this little cell, we'll be able to capture just a few of them, maybe up to 8. We'll go off the ones we don't need. And then we've got our shulker box full of name tags for the cells. And once we have 8, we can start building up and storing the piglins into their queuing system. So let's clean up these minecarts and then see what happens. Well, after about an hour, I had eight piglins with swords in these carts, and I completely killed them just a moment ago. I went to go stack them down there at the bottom, and they ended up just taking off like a jet. And they took so much fall damage from the 15 blocks there that they all just died at the bottom. So I'm gonna try and not do that this time. So I'm not taking the time to. Oh man, it just set me back an entire hour for 8 of them. So all I've got to do is just put these little pistons and slabs here, and I shouldn't have that problem again. Alright, so this is working a lot better. I'm not having them die. They're not able to hit me. This system is working fantastically. So we're about to get the first cell of piglins here, and the first cell is complete. So let's cycle this and get all the piglins down here. I am so butchering that so hard. Just need to get that one guy. Then just a couple more. And they take no damage during this entire time. That is fantastic. The only problem is that I hope that when I do this next part, we don't end up with them all going all over the place. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to push this forward. And last time I didn't have any blocks in front of it, so they kind of just flew off into the distance. And I'm hoping this time I don't need to have any blocks in front of it or behind it. Behind it would be the actual second problem. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay. And then... oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, that is working awesome. So we now just need to get a rail in here without getting killed. And then I got 2 more up there that I'm trying to separate. This took... ooh, you're not happy. I took about an hour. They're all named, so that is the first cell completed. I get about 6 of these queued up in here. And then I'm going to try and get the last bit of them stacked through here as I can. And that should solve most, if not all, of my future problems. Let's get to work. I have had a lot of fun with this build so far. I had 3 cells ready to go into that, and I just built this off camera. And I was going to put these piglins in there, and I had them stacked, and I figured I could just dump them all in there at once, or I could separate them some other way. I have completely failed in every way. This is completely failed. This is not working to the way I wanted it to, so I just tried to put a cell in here, and I just put myself in the cell. That's awesome. I just tried to put a cell in here, and it didn't really go the way I planned. They all went backwards. They actually jumped this gap and then flew over here and landed right here, so I had to kill all of them. I have wasted a half a stack of name tags at this moment, so do not stack the mobs. I finally got this stacking silo system to work, so I'm just going to utilize this and just hope this works enough. This should be enough, I'm hoping. I have no idea what to expect with this, so I'm gonna get back to work again. I have to basically start over. I've got 2 piglins in here, and I just had about 32 of them, and I just killed them all. So, back to ground again. I'm not sure what I did, but the minecart's on fire. I do not understand. The minecart is consistently on fire. It's not damaging the guy right here, and I wonder if it's going to still be a flaming minecart when it drops. Oh, yep, it is still a flaming minecart. There you have it, folks. Flaming minecart. So once I get half the village, half the piglins in here, I can press this button to cycle the slabs, and I'm gonna send them off. He gets dumped in the first slot because he has nowhere else to go. And I can do this for as long as I need to. This is fantastic. I'm almost a quarter of the way done with this already, and I've only been here for an hour. That's good. So while we're having some success, I want to show you that there's a little bit of a difference with how this works now. So there are now 3 layers. Jay and I spent a bit of time here trying to figure out why it was so slow and why it wasn't working so well. And hello, would you like to jump in here for me? Thank you. So I added 2 floors. The top floor has its own turtle egg, and this can potentially cause some problems with the zombie pigmen just wanting to reach the egg, and they'll just sit here. But the other ones that want this egg will just go right around him and then still jump off. Eventually, sometimes pushing the ones right here off, or they'll despawn. But it is 100% gaff proof. I want to say it's 3 times faster, but it's probably more like 2. And yeah, so here's what I do. So I go all the way to the top of this. There's a top platform at 255. And I AFK there for 1 to 5 minutes, depending. I watch the entities, and then once they're down here, I check them for swords. If they have a sword, they're good to go. If they don't, they're not. So I think this guy is a crossbow. Yes, he has a crossbow. So very expertly get rid of him. And then there is this guy. So we just flip a minecart. He's going to go into that. And there we go. And then all I got to do from there is just press this button, and he will be cycled. And if he is not cycled, I need to manually cycle him. Typically, when there's another minecart here, another one will not. They will not choose to land here because there's another entity there. So that sucks, but that's okay. So this is fantastic. This is working well. I've got him, and then I've got 2 more, and then I'm doing it in the stacks of 8. So all the name tags are named. I did get cell 4 completed. It has been tested. It is fantastic. It is working just well. So once I get all this done, it's going to be a lot of fun to tear all this down and then not let them out. But I think they're in a spot where I won't need to worry about that at all. So fingers crossed everything stays this way and nothing pops up. I would like to get this finished because this has been very, very grueling and very, very dangerous and very aggravating. I would like to be done with this very soon. I am very happy with the way this is going. So the first cell is completely filled and it is shut off. And the third cell, which actually has cell 4 piglins in it, is full, which I'm not going to worry about that. They're just named. It doesn't matter what they're named. So I'm about to finish the second cell. And all I have to do is get these 2 guys down here. So put them in a minecart. Get them down here. This is a verifier spot, so I can kill the guy with the sword if I need to. And then I think when I push this button, we're gonna have a guy. Okay, next button press. There he goes. Dropped off in the right cell. Perfect. Now they shouldn't be able to move. I've got some trapdoors right in front of there. There is no way that they can get out right now. But a lot of these blocks that are here right now aren't part of the official build. So I'm going to have to be very, very careful when I replace all this. That's going to be fun. But we've got the last guy right here. Let's get him out there. He's already named. And then we just cycle this until they're all out. And in case I'm actually done, I can drop down here. There's actually another button right here. And there he goes. The minecart will stack right up there. There he goes. Oh, this is fantastic. And that is the third cell filled. So all I gotta do is go over here, flick this switch, and then just make sure that the fourth one is on, which it should be. Alright, now we just gotta start with cell 3. That's fantastic. Almost halfway done. It is finally over. I have gotten all of the piglins finally name tagged. This is the last cell that is being created here. You're not welcome here, sir. But I've got the last guys in here, and all I have to do is press this button just a few times. And this is over. And the worst part of the entire bartering hall is over. A few more. Here we go. Oh, that's fantastic. This has been a very unpleasant grind. I am so glad that this is over. So happy. And then there is the last piglin. All 64 piglins have been accounted for. They are all in the proper cells. That is the end of the worst part of this project. Now, there's a few good things that have come out of this, and I'm very proud of them. The white concrete that was actually used to unload the piglins into the cells are actually part of the build. So I just have to get rid of the observers and keep the concrete there, and they will be perfectly captured. Everything else is part of the build, so I don't have to worry about any foolish attempts for them to escape. And the best part is that I don't have to capture any more of these guys, so goodbye. I don't need you anymore. Oh, I'm so happy that's over. Ah, that was so much fun. Alright, well, let's get the egg built, let's get the item collection down there built, and then let's get this going on a test run. I think I've still got a little bit of redstone to do below as well, so just some finishing touches. So close to being done, guys. Alright, with all of our shulker boxes crafted, it's time to load up the system. So all we need to do is get through here right. And inside each of these chambers, there is a double chest. And all I have to do is, and if there's not, I brought some materials just in case, because I know I miss a lot in my schematics. Mistakes are bound to happen with a build this big. And then we have to check each and every one of the dispensers, droppers, and that. Yeah, we gotta make sure that doesn't happen, so that just happened. And as you can see, there are items in here, and these items represent that the system was working at one point. So that is fantastic to see. And now, man, everything is in here so compact. The double chest right here, and a stack of boxes. That should start working. Fantastic. Each side should have plenty of boxes for enough for now. I will definitely expand this later. Alright, that's good. Now just to do it 7 more times. I'm actually really stoked. This is the 2 empty shulker boxes, the gold blocks I had, and the item count is ridiculous. I've got 18 shulker boxes of gravel. And then I've got the nether brick. 8 boxes of that. That's either 2 boxes of actual brick or 4 of red. That is fantastic. The soul sand's just as ridiculous. There's 8 boxes of it. I, for some reason, decided to keep the iron, and I've almost got a stack of iron blocks back. That's kind of nice. And then it kind of just becomes diminishing returns on this side. There's 3 boxes of crying and 1 of obsidian. There is 6 boxes of nether quartz. That's fantastic. That's going to be a lot of comparators and observers. There's almost as many blackstone boxes as there is gravel, but gravel just has a slight lead right now. And then I have 4 boxes of string and 4 boxes of leather. I'm not sure why I even stocked this, but I can change this sorter out to get any of the remaining items like ender pearls, if I ever really want the glowing arrows. And I think the last thing that comes through here would be the fire charges. So the fire charges could get sorted out too if I wanted. I was going to do mixed boxes just to really catch everything. But eventually, at some point randomly during the time, this can get full of the wrong item. And if it does and it can't be fired in the chest, then it can fill up this dropper and then just clog everything else above it. And it becomes a bit of a mess. As long as both sides don't do that, it typically sorts itself out. But with all the incoming items and everything, it's pretty unmanageable without having these sorters separate and doing their own thing. Or they'll just be left on ticking forever until the right items come through. I could half and half them as well. But again, I don't really think it's worth the effort to have these mixed boxes at the end. Anything else is actually going to land in the lava below. There's a little stopgap right there. It's just going to go right onto the bottom. I'm going to get that into an actual lava piece, or I could sort everything else and send it somewhere else, but that'd be too much work for what it's worth. So I think that's it. That is that is what I've done here. This is fantastic. That is the same scale as my gold farm. This thing takes 1 hour, just about 1 hour, to get rid of 2 shulker boxes of gold blocks. So if I AFK for 3 days at the gold farm, I would AFK here for an entire day. And at this point, I don't think I have enough shulker boxes stored up in here. And I don't think I have enough storage down here, because that is absolutely insane. Oh, it's just so nice to see this all come together. I'm so happy that that's over. This build is so fantastic. I can't wait to finish it. I can't wait to start another project because it is so nice to see this done. I'm so happy about that. I want to thank you guys very much for watching this episode. It has been a long one. This project is technically finished at this point. It is completely done and operational. It's over. It's built. I will see you guys very, very soon.